We all have a heating and cooling system humming away in our homes, but let's be honest, we almost never think about what it's actually doing. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the silent guardian and really understand the constant, unseen battle it fights just to keep our homes comfortable. So here's our game plan. First, we'll set the stage for this unseen battle. Then, we're going to drop into our case study, Ballwin, Missouri, to see a system under some serious stress. After that, we'll learn how to spot the signs of failure, look at how the pros handle it, and finally, wrap it all up with a strategy you can use for your own home. Let's jump in. All right, part one, the home's unseen battle. I want you to try something. Stop thinking of your HVA system as just, a big metal box. Instead, I want you to picture it as the hero of a story that's happening inside your walls 24/7. To get us started on that, let me ask you a question. Just think about everything in your house for a second. The refrigerator, your Wi-Fi router, even the foundation. What do you think is the single hardest working part of your entire home? Yep, you guessed it. It's your HVAC system. And it's not even close. It is literally fighting a war every single day. A war against the brutal heat, the freezing cold, and just plain old wear and tear. All to maintain that perfect indoor climate that you don't even think twice about. So for our second section, let's go see this battle play out in a place that's a real pressure cooker for these systems, Baldwin, Missouri. You see, by looking at how a system performs in an extreme climate, we can learn a ton about how these machines are supposed to work and how they fail, no matter where you live. And what's so wild about this place is the incredible swing in conditions. Think about it. In the summer, the system isn't just fighting off 90-degree heat. It's also battling what the source calls crushing humidity. But then, boom, a few months later, it's dealing with sub-freezing temperatures and ice storms. That massive change from one extreme to the other puts unbelievable stress on every single part of the system. And it doesn't stop with the weather. Oh no, the local environment itself is part of the fight. You've got this clay-heavy soil that can actually make the house's foundations settle and mess up the ductwork. You have homes from all different eras, so there's no easy one-size-fits-all fix. And then you go into the crawl spaces, and you've got condensation and pests literally attacking the system's arteries, the ducts. It's a war on multiple fronts. Okay, so with all that intense pressure, how do you know when your system is starting to lose the fight? Well, that brings us to part three, signs of a system failure. Believe it or not, your home is sending new clues all the time. You just have to know how to translate them. Let's start with the big one, short cycling. Have you ever heard your furnace or AC kick on, run for maybe a minute, then shut right back off, only to do it all over again a few minutes later? That is not normal. It could be something simple, like a dirty sensor, but it could also be a huge sign that your whole unit is the wrong size for your house. Either way, it's torching energy and wearing out parts way faster than it should. Okay, here's another major red flag, and it's gonna sound weird, seeing ice on your air conditioner lines in the middle of a hot summer. It seems totally backward, right? But what it means is something is seriously wrong inside, either with airflow or your refrigerant levels. If you see this, seriously, shut the system off and let it thaw. If you keep running it, you risk destroying the compressor, which is the most expensive part of the whole machine. And listen, literally listen, your furnace is trying to talk to you. Those noises aren't just random. A loud bang when it kicks on, that could actually be a tiny gas explosion from a delayed ignition, which is a huge safety issue. A high-pitched squeal, that's often a failing motor screaming for help. So please, don't just crank up the volume on the TV. These sounds are urgent messages. Okay, so we've identified the warning signs. Now for the good news. Let's get into part 4 and talk about the solution, the professional playbook. When the experts show up, they have a clear, methodical strategy for winning this battle. It is not just guesswork. A real pro starts with a deep diagnosis to find the root cause of the problem, not just patching up the symptom. Then they should give you clear options. Once you pick a direction, the actual repair or installation happens. But, and this is so important, it always ends with testing and a follow-up to make absolutely sure the fix worked in the real world. And sometimes, the main bad guy isn't even the furnace or the AC unit itself. Get a load of this number, somewhere between 20 and 40%. That's how much of that expensive heated or cooled air could be leaking out of your ducts before it even gets to you. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. It's a total waste, which is why sealing those ducts is often one of the best things you can do. And a pro's work isn't just about turning wrenches, it's about science and safety. There are actual engineering calculations, like something called Manual J, to figure out the exact size unit your home needs. There are local county permits, national safety codes for gas lines, and even federal laws for handling refrigerants. This isn't just red tape. This is the stuff that makes sure your system runs efficiently, and more importantly, that it's safe for you and your family. And this quote from our source material just nails it. Contractors who just guess at the size or, just slap in a new unit that's the same size as the old one, they're often setting you up for failure. That mistake means you're stuck with a system that wastes energy and money for its entire life. Getting the data and doing the math is the only way to get it right. So let's bring this all home, literally. In our final section, let's talk about your home comfort strategy. We've used Baldwin as our test lab, and now it's time to apply these universal lessons to your house, no matter where you're watching from. So if you only remember a few things, make it these 4. First, get to know your local climate-specific challenges. Second, make maintenance a priority, twice a year, spring for the AC, fall for the furnace. Third, listen to what your house is telling you. Don't just ignore those weird noises. And finally, and this might be the biggest takeaway, the correct sizing and quality of the installation is way, way more important than the brand name on the unit. And that pretty much wraps it up. So I'm going to leave you with one final question to chew on. Now that you know what to look for, what hidden battle is your HVAC system fighting for you right now, every single day?